Hey guys, it's Este here, welcome back to the video, and today we're back again for another Power Rangers related video. In the last video I talked about how Power Rangers was cancelled 5 times to be exact. That was my last video, icon on your screen if you missed it. This one has something kind of related to it. When those seasons were getting cancelled, the heads of the Power Rangers and the staff were thinking of other ideas how to reboot Power Rangers to a brand new, to a brand new scene or whatever. So I bought 3 ideas that Power Rangers staff have come up with, but were never created to an actual season. And it sucks that these ideas were never created to actually, because I think these ideas would have been pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This is 3 Power Rangers seasons that you've never seen before. Now, ideas for Power Rangers has been lasting, since the beginning. There's ideas of a Lord of the Rings version of Power Rangers Mystic Force, Ancient Rangers, which I'm guessing would have been, the Die Rangers, or maybe past Sentai's, not the legendary new power, am I right, folks? And even Devin, that character from Down Thunder, stupid one, he'd become the Triassic Ranger. So, of course, ideas have been circling around. There's, of course, rumors and leaks or whatever, but those ideas never came into place. There are 3 main concepts for a show that were conceived, that were created, or never actually on TV. So we're going to talk about 3 of them today, with the first one being Power Rangers Hexagon. Now you guys know Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the season after Wild Force, is, by most, it's what I'm considering the first main Disney season, even though Wild Force was distributed by Disney. It was created by the Saban team. So I'm considering Ninja Storm to be the first of the Disney era. But there was a lot of leaked information throughout the years of this idea of a team-up season of Power Rangers, which basically they're gonna bring concepts from the seasons prior and basically put them all together in one show. And that's how the Wind Rangers, the Ninja Storm, I don't even know how they make the Ninjas Rangers look not ninjas. I don't know how that would work. Well, I have the story right here. I'm gonna read it out to you guys. All my sources are linked down below, so if you want to read the full articles about everything. But here we go. Hexagon would have been featured 2 factions of Power Rangers. Tommy Oliver's Hexagon, you guys know Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. A government-style organization of United Rangers, I'm guessing would have been the Wind Rangers. And Jason Lee Scott's Beetle Rangers, which are obviously, Jason Lee Scott, the Red Ranger. Both of those Rangers appeared in Forever Red and Wild Force, so it would have made sense. So his Rangers would operate outside this network of the superhero teams and oppose the united structure of the Hexagon. The main conflict of the season would be derived from which side are you on. So this is some Civil War type of stuff right now. Which side are you on? Team Tommy or Team Jason? That sounds like Twilight too. Between the 3 Hexagon Rangers and the 3 Beetle Rangers, featuring a US exclusive female Ranger. That's pretty cool. 3 Beetle Rangers. Wow. I wonder how Green Ranger would have been put into this show. There was a female Hurricaneer shown at Akiba Ranger, which I thought was pretty cool. So maybe it would have been like that Ranger. I don't know, just a thought. So Jason and Tommy would have come to blows once more in the conflict, and Tommy was going to end up as the villain. The Hexagon Rangers would have rebelled and showed Tommy the error of its ways, who would then disband the Hexagon. So that seems pretty cool. Like Tommy becoming the villain. Tommy's already the villain in real life. He's there with Frank. Not the best person. But it was meant to kind of clear out all errors and plot holes into the show. And of course, talking about long-time questions about what happened in Terra Venture, how it developed it, bringing back Scorpina and Lokar, and even featuring the team-up with the anti-Hexagon Wild Force team. So it would have adapted the Gal Ranger vs. Hurricaneer movie, which I thought would have been pretty cool. But of course, we haven't saw that show, and instead we got, the Ninja Rangers fighting off ninja styles. I don't know. I love Ninja Storm. I thought it was a pretty cool show. But it seems like Hexagon would have been cool too. Since then, people have made fan fictions about Hexagon and showing their depictions of how that season would have looked like in their eyes. But, Hexagon would have worked in the end because, of course, there's Hurricaneer, footage, and we don't know if the footage would have really mirrored the idea of Hexagon. And of course, you have to understand that at this time, Power Rangers running it more away from the Sentai. Wild Force was more or less an exact version of Gal Ranger, the American version of Gal Ranger. So they're trying to become more original ideas, and you can really see that through shows like SPD. SPD was a really cool original season in that fact. But in the end, Hexagon was too good to be true, and that's why Hexagon was trashed in order to make Power Rangers Ninja Storm. The next show on my list is pretty cool. There's little information we have about this show, but I thought it was pretty cool. This show we're talking about is not under any title, but we're calling it the Animated Power Ranger season. According to this website I found, in the year 2007, I'm guessing near the end of Operation Overdrive, there was ideas to make a new Power Rangers animated series, because like I said before, Jungle Fury was supposed to be the ending of Power Rangers. So Disney was already working ahead and making an animated series for the show. So they had everything set up. They had a website too. If you went to www.animatedpowerrangers.com at the time, it would have sent you to the Jetix website. So in the fact that, Animated Power Rangers basically confirmed, or at least the concept was, in order to make the series. So they were completely going to skip Go-Ondra at the time and just make their own animated series. There's also some concept art that I'm going to put right over there. But there was that. We don't know if that was real concept art, but there's also some concept art where you can find on YouTube, which we don't know if that was real either at the time. And there was also a lot of people working with Power Rangers that confirmed the animated series was real. For this one, Ron Wasserman told the fandom that a friend of his was working on the music for the Power Rangers animated series. Also, in December of that year, in 2007, we, as the fandom, learned that a 10-minute pilot episode of the Power Ranger animated series has been completed. Of course, we learned that AnimatedPowerRangers.com was registered by Disney also. But in late December, we found out that the animated part did not go well over at Disney. So in that case, no one likes that animated pilot that they made it for Disney. So they shut that down. They're like, we're gonna quit it. Power Rangers over, because Disney did not care about Power Rangers. But then, RPM, they Bandai and Jetix of Europe, they convinced them, hey, let's bring Power Rangers back. In 2008, Disney has announced that they were working with Japanese animation companies to produce films and series for Japan. So I'm guessing those Disney anime movies, I remember a few. But they were also going to work with Toei Animation, which Toei Animation could have created a Power Rangers animated series. So it was all set up at the end of the day. But in the end, animated Power Rangers never happened, and we never got to see that show, which is very sad. Last one on the list that I want to talk about is the Go Busters adaptation of Power Rangers, which would have been called Power Rangers Cyber Corps. I remember a lot of people wanted Go Busters to happen. They even made a show called Power Rangers Spice. I don't know if you guys remember that. Power Rangers Spice. You guys remember that? Leave a like if you remember Power Rangers. I made a review of that. It was pretty cool. A man under the name of Amit Mohammed, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but he's worked with many Power Ranger shows before. He worked in Wild Force, and he worked with Time Force, and he even worked on Forever Red. So this guy was obviously in the head of things. So he's been working a lot. He also made a pitch for Samurai, which it didn't go well. The pitch for Samurai was completely different. Would have been an original series, but that didn't go well with Saban and Nickelodeon in general. So he made another pitch a few years later for the new Cybercorp. So I'm gonna read out what's going on here. In Eternity City, on the planet Miranoi, giant energy towers powered the city's defenses, run by the Miranoi Defense Force. Cut off from the Earth, the city harnesses the power of the Morphin Grid and is defended by a team of specially equipped experts called the Cybercorps. The Rangers consist of Johnny, a rebellious youth, Erjuana, and Michelle, and both elite members of the MDF, along with their robotic assistants, the Buddy Roids. The Rangers fight against the mass computer hacker Omni, Omni's best friend, who teleports giant robots into the mysterious dimension X to aid in bringing the same sentient computer Vengex into our world. This is the same Vengex from Forever Red, who had been hoping dimensions since and nearly destroyed Eternity City once before. He was thought to be beamed into the Morphing Grid, but was actually sent to Dimension X, spreading across every computer system on the planet. This would be the same universe RPM, takes itself. So it also stated that they're gonna bring people back from RPM like Scott, Summer, and Ziggy to come to Eternity City and telling the team and Rangers, we're gonna help you guys. RPM, I loved RPM so much. So there's just so much. There's so much stuff. You can read it all in the description to see what you got. But in the end, we didn't get that. This show was basically bringing back a lot of stuff from Power Rangers, and I would have liked it. I would really like it. There are also talks of bringing back stuff from Lost Galaxy too, like Maya's Village. She would have been the chief at the time. And also Kendricks. Kendricks too. Kendricks would have been part of it. Whoop-de-doo. It's like, it's a sequel to Lost Galaxy and then a fusion with RPM. It's really weird. It was very weird. But obviously it didn't work. Cybercorp was rejected. And we got Dino Charge, which was cool. Unlike Dino Supercharge. So, you know, that's 3 Power Ranger series we never in the end saw. I don't know, do you think Hexagon will work? Do you think the animated series is going to work? Do you think Cybercorp's going to work? Leave a comment down below. Definitely be sure to read them all. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm Este. Have a great day. Of course, as always, then just spin. Stay awesome, everybody.
Nickelodeon.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
Nice to see you, old man.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
Let's go to Mo and find out the official results. Mo!